Good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar and talkSPORT. I'm O'Hara and him over there, Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Millwall? Up the wall. What happened to them? What happened to Millwall?
Fell apart.
Again.
Fell apart. Well, Spurs have just thrown a game away. 1-1 against Leeds. A flying kick from Matthias Tell. Then gets a penalty for Leeds that Calvert-Lewin puts into the back of the net. What do you make of that, Spurs fans? I thought it was a terrible, terrible last half hour. You can have your say. Team's falling apart again. But it is all still to play
Good point,
for.
Jay.
It's not a good point.
It's a good point.
It's not a good point.
I'm telling you.
We're going to be joined by Dermot Gallagher later on in the show to go over all the big decisions over the weekend. Hull City, though, have made it into the playoff final. They beat Millwall 2-0 at the Den. Loads to go at. You can have your say. 03 717 22 33
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
How you doing?
That was hard. It's hard.
Well, you did a live watch-along with... Well, we both did on your Insta
I did.
live.
Yeah, I did.
Mate, honestly.
It's painful.
Mate, I thought you were going to explode.
I feel like I'm still going to explode
you got
now.
You got a head like...
I've got a headache. Yeah,
I bet you have.
It is painful watching Tottenham.
I don't know, it's a good point, Joe.
It's not a good point.
No,
it's not a good point.
I'll tell you why it's a good point.
Go on, tell me why it's a good point.
Because you're a point further away from West Ham.
That means nothing.
Point further away from Lincoln. Right? That's good. A point's never a bad point. You never go, oh, wish we didn't get that point.
That's a bad point.
No.
That's a bad point.
No.
It's a bad point.
That's a good point, mate.
We can't win at home, Jace. We can't win at home. We cannot win a game at home. I think it's been 5 months
Leeds
since
are
we won at home.
decent, Jay. I told you Leeds were decent.
Oh, come on, mate. Leeds are decent.
They are.
They
should have won it. You should have lost it. You should have lost it. It's a good point. Over the 90 minutes, let me tell you now, that is a good point. Slipsky makes one of the saves of the season, by the way.
No, it's unbelievable.
Save of the season, Slipsky.
It's an unbelievable save
yeah.
from Kinski. He actually
trust me, so take the point. So here is why it's a good point. If you draw against Chelsea next Tuesday, live watch-along, by the way, on the YouTube.
We are doing a live watch.
Right, live watch-along. Chelsea versus Spurs, Cundy versus O'Hara.
That's
okay?
That's going to be long, man.
All right? That point might be the next point. If you draw at Stamford Bridge, that might be a point that keeps you again. So every point is crucial.
We're not going to get a point at Stamford Bridge.
Well, you never know, mate.
We never get a result there.
Well,
we never get a result. Tonight, we could have gone 4 points clear.
Yep.
4 points.
Well, at one stage, you were 4 points clear.
We could have put West Ham to bed tonight.
Yep.
We could have put Leeds. They had injuries. They weren't really at the races.
Oh, they should have won it, though. Leeds should have won it.
Yeah, because we fell apart. We fell apart, mate.
What's that?
Yeah, but
don't blame Leeds. Don't stand on a pop at West Ham.
I'm not blaming Leeds, but Leeds were there to get beat tonight. It wasn't a great performance from Leeds, right? But once we scored, we went 1-0 up, right? Yeah. And we fell apart. We were bottling it all over the park. No one had any bottle to get on the ball, to make a pass, to have some structure. There was no pattern of our play. Everything that De Zerbi's probably been working on with them just went completely out the window. Well, there's 11 players just out there hoping that something might happen.
I thought it was a good point. I thought it was a decent point, mate.
Is that what you're going to say for 2 hours? You're just going to say it's a good point? Right.
Well, you could have come away with nothing. I'll tell you what's worse, losing. That's worse.
I know, mate, but that's not a good point. We're at home. Out of the 3 games we got left, that's the easiest
How many
game.
points have you picked up this season at home?
I don't know. Not many.
Right, not many. So that's a good point.
I don't think we've won at home 5 months. I know, but come on.
5 months? I've had a hair transplant. It's going to grow back. I'll have a hair transplant. It's going to grow back by the time you next win at home. That's how long it's been. I only had a hair transplant about 6 weeks ago.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that performance. What is Matthias Tell doing? What?
Oh, it's a brilliant finish. What are you on about?
No, the goal's a great goal. What's he doing in his box? What is he doing? A bicycle kick. Yeah. A bicycle kick in your own box when you're in the bottom 3, when you can't see what's around you, and he's trying to do a bicycle kick. Honestly, what's he doing?
Can we just give Everton?
In the first half, he crossed one in, and it was a great ball into his own box.
Yeah, trying to whip it in. And good pace on it. Great assist.
You don't you do not make that type of decision when you are in the position that you are in. You make it so difficult for Leeds to get a goal. And what do? We give them one. Give them a goal.
Well, yeah. I mean, Leeds deserved something out of this game.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they did, Jay. They could have won it. They should have won it. You lot clinging on.
That's because we fell apart.
Whose fault's that? Don't blame Leeds. Don't blame West Ham.
Honestly,
it's not their fault you fell apart, is it?
It just sums up our whole season. That performance sums up our whole season.
Well, look, the dream is on next season with the Imps. Dream's on, mate. The dream is on.
It's an absolute disaster.
Well, it's not. It's not over yet. Still got 2 games.
I know, mate, but West Ham get beat, right? And you go, right, let's get 3
you got
points.
Okay, so are you better off now?
Right, fans, here we go.
Mark, what's going on, son?
We've had a bit of an issue with restarting the show.
Listen,
so basically, we got no calls at the minute because we can't even get
Jay, let me ask you this question.
up.
Let me ask you this question.
It's coming back.
So,
what's the question?
48 hours ago,
Yeah, go on.
are you better off now than you were 48 hours ago?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Don't think we are. What's a point? Don't mean nothing.
Well, it does. Get a point.
The only reason the point means something is if we get a point against Chelsea.
Yeah, that could happen.
Like that. But if Newcastle don't turn up against West Ham and they win, we're in the bottom 3. So it ain't a good point because we've now handed back an advantage to West Ham.
Can I ask you this question, right?
No. Go on.
We will only know it's a good point come the end of the season, right? Right now, out of 10, rate that point.
4.
It's all right then. Just blow halfway. I'll take that.
What do you mean? That's not
just
good.
Give it 4 out of 10 points.
That's not good. 4's not good, is it? 4's not good.
No.
If you got player rating after a game and it said 4, would you sit there and go, yeah, played well?
Yeah.
Decent. That's decent, that. Good performance.
Happy with that.
No, you would. Yeah, you probably would.
Happy with that.
Like, 4's not good.
No, but 1's worse. 3.
Yeah, but one's getting beat. 4's not. I don't think that's a good point, Jason.
I think you underrate the point, mate.
Kinksky makes one of the best saves.
I know. And that's why that point is worth about 7.5. That point's 7.5, Jay. I'm not saying it's the best point in the world.
Overall
it's a good point, Jay.
The overall performance.
It's not a bad point,
was so bad. It was so bad. Right. The second half performance was all over the place. As soon as we scored, we fell apart. We fell apart.
Well,
absolutely
look,
nothing.
I think we need to give Leeds some credit.
Yeah,
they should have won it. Actually, thought they were a better side.
What do you mean?
For the second half, better side, mate. Second half, should have won it. Could have won it. Slipsky's pulled out the save of his life. Let me tell you, if that goes in, then you and I are having a very different conversation.
That goal goes in, mate.
I know, but he give you. That's why the point is worth something.
No, but it's just a point. Like a point.
All right. Okay.
A point. Yeah. Like, we just cannot get a result at home. It's so bad. It's going to go down. It's going to go down to the last game of the season.
Every chance.
It's going to go down to the last game of the season.
Every chance. And then Chelsea Spurs next Tuesday, live watch along.
That's just not good enough, is it, Jay?
You and me in here, live watch along.
It's not good enough.
Well, look.
It's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough.
I'm going to give you whooping.
It's nowhere near good enough. Same as I always see every single week when Spurs play at home, we are all over the gaff. All over the gaff. No leadership, 6s and 7s at the back. No bottle, not one player in the middle of the park getting a foot on it and saying, I'm going to take control.
Leeds done well, mate. Give Leeds some credit. I think it gives Leeds some credit. I think you do. Ampadu got man of the match. Ampadu was outrageous. Brilliant in there.
How bad was Richarlison? Richarlison. What about the penalty, by the way? Spurs one. Is that not a pen?
No.
Is that not a penalty?
No. Gets the ball.
I don't know if he gets the ball, Chase.
He does.
I don't know if he gets the ball.
I
don't see any foot there on ball.
It looked a pen first off, then you see it again, gets ball, gets a little bit of the ball, gets enough.
If the ref gives that, does he overturn it?
Yeah, I think they do, actually. I think they do. I think VAR does get involved.
I don't think they do, mate.
Well,
I don't think they do.
Well, I think they do.
I don't think they do. All right, well, listen, we're going to get the calls up. Get involved in the show. You can have your say on tonight's football. 03 717 22 33 44.